It is all coming down to this. After 26 rounds of the 2019 NPLW Victoria season, we know three of the clubs that will do battle in the coming finals: Calder United, FC Bulleen Lions and Alamein FC. But one place remains unknown. Today, old rivals in South Melbourne and Heidelberg United will do battle on the surface of a glorious lakeside stadium, knowing that 3 points secured will be enough to secure them a place in those finals, while the loser season will come to an end. The two sides last met just 3 weeks ago and recorded a 1-1 draw at the Knox Regional Football Centre. A repeat of that scoreline today would eliminate South Melbourne, but likely prove just enough for Heidelberg United, who will enter today's contest 2 points and 27 goals clear of Box Hill United. With the stage set, I'd like to thank you for joining me today on the NPL Victoria YouTube page and the NPLW Victoria Facebook pages for today's contest. My name is Joe Lynch and I'll be taking you through all the action today. One of 5 simultaneous kickoffs around NPLW Victoria. Elsewhere, Bayside United and Alamein FC are set to meet down at Kingston Heath. Geelong Galaxy will host Calder United. FC Bulleen Lions will welcome the senior NTC to the Veneto Club. And Box Hill are set to clash with Southern United at Wembley Park. As mentioned, Box Hill United remain the on the other side with a mathematical chance of reaching finals football today, but will need to put at least 23 goals past Southern United in order to do so. So as we see the two sides huddle up, we'll quickly take you through the starting lineups for today's contest. For the host, starting in goal, number 1, well, it's one of the stories of today's contest. Number 1, Sasha Liparidis. She's 16 years old, making her first ever senior appearance today, with number 1 goalkeeper Shannon Flower unavailable. So no pressure, young Sasha, but the season of South Melbourne might rest in your gloves today. In front of her, number 3, Sarah Richardson. Number 6, Cindy Lay. Number 7, Hayley Richmond. As we see the two sides getting set to take us away. Number 9, Kelsey Minton. Number 10, Natalie Martineau. Number 11, Jamie Pollock. Number 14, Leia Varley. Number 25, Paige Pinson. Number 31, Sofia Papatsianis. And number 33, Zoe Haratzis. As we see the Burgers get going, kicking from left to right on your screen. South Conway starting for Heidelberg United. Number 1, Christine Funua. Number 4, Elizabeth Robers. Number 5, Ellie Torre. Number 7, Steph Galea. Number 9, Melissa Garcia. Number 10, Sydney Allen. Number 11, Savannah Anastopoulos. Number 12, Daniela Galuccio. Number 18, Ellen Turner. And then the siblings, number 24, Monica Funua. Number 25, Lisa Funua. As we see that ball get booted away by Galea forward. And it's going to come down to the feet of Garcia. Trying to get things going earlier. Heidelberg bursting down the left flank. Chance maybe before the cutback is on if the Burgers can whip it in. Ball is played back, but not enough power on it. And South Melbourne will clear. Ball played over the top, but an easy collection for Funua. Funua gets us going with a big boot out. Varley clears it away after receiving the pass from Liparidis. Always an important first touch for a young goalkeeper, and now South can stretch the play down onto this attacking left flank. That ball picked out there by Torre. Played up the field by Galea back to Torre. Funua plays it into the middle, but that can only find the South shirt. Pollock. Pollock, however, loses the ball, and it's at the feet now of the Burgers. Heidelberg coming off a midweek win over Southern United for this one, 4-0 win, to keep their finals chances alive, and as I said, probably sitting in the box seat today, knowing that a draw will be enough to, well, all but certain to be enough to get them into finals football and a meeting with Calder United next week. The other final already locked in, Bulleen versus Alamein at the Veneto Club. Now we see South coming forward down the left flank. Pollock able to cut inside and launch with a shot, but it's blocked away by Monica Whenua, and it will instead be a corner kick for the hosts. Absolutely glorious backdrop of the Melbourne skyline in the background. Picture perfect conditions here at Lakeside Stadium for today's contest. Ball is played into the air. Pack forms headed forward. Whenua has spilled it. It's come out, but no. Referee has adjudged that Whenua was fouled in the lead-in, and instead the Burger goalkeeper will have all the time in the world to reset and boot this ball forward. Ball is played out in the direction of that Sydney Allen. She can't control it, however, and a South Melbourne throw in there on the far side of the grounds, on the city side of the grounds here, to get us going once again. South Melbourne's most recent result, a 2-1 win over Bayside United here last week. One of 2 wins in their last 5 fixtures. The Burgers also having 2 wins in their past 5 fixtures. Now they're trying to get in behind the lines there, but the ball looking to spring Galea in behind, but it's picked out. And now it's a chance for the Burgers to defend the ball in behind. Minton gets onto it, cutting back inside. Minton plays the ball into the area. Players lining up, just unable to get a proper touch on it. And the Burgers survive. Barely. Allen tries to flick it on, unable to do so. Now Richmond will try to spring South forward once again. Cindy Lay giving chase. Hustling and bustling is Cindy Lay, and she's eventually going to come away with the ball. South looking to reset, move the ball around. Switches on from right to left. Pinson. She'll just play it back. Burgers just boot the ball clear there. Discretion the better part of valour, and now Varley gives chase. Instead, Liparidis taking no chances, puts the ball out, and it will be a Burger throw-in on their attacking right flank. 7th minute of play here at Lakeside Stadium. Score remains 0-0. So, as it would stand on the live ladder, Heidelberg would be headed for the finals. Torre throws the ball in to Galea. She's managed to sneak through there until big, strong challenge comes in, and South look to get the ball out quickly. And they'll have themselves a throw in there on the left. Richmond plays the ball back to Verley. Back to Liparidis. Comes under pressure from Garcia. Garcia asking questions of the youngster. However, temporary at least, it is answered as now South come forward once again down the left flank. Pinson trying to find a teammate, can't do so, however. She'll get another chance perhaps here. Plays it just up the flank to nobody in particular. Players in no hurry to chase the ball down there, and eventually it just rolls over the line for a Whenua goal kick. Bailey brings it down, comes under immediate pressure from Garcia. Garcia continues running, continues to apply the press, trying to close down the angles. It's done well, as it will force a turnover here for Heidelberg. Galea trying to play the ball through to Sydney Allen, but it's picked out. Pollock, however, can't keep it in. Berger's throw in. Torre throws it into Allen. Allen riding the challenge. Tries to sneak a ball through there for the run of Melissa Garcia, who's going at a goal again this season. The American striker. However, instead, it will be South that can work the ball out, potentially, perhaps. Minton can't control the ball. Galea on the flank. Steaming challenge comes in from Pinson, but it did collect the hand of Pinson. It will be a free kick for the side in yellow and black. Cagey beginning to this contest from both sides. Stakes riding ever so high in this one. As we see Lisa Whenua head over to take this one. Just boots the ball forward, looking for a teammate, trying to sneak the ball through perhaps, but good touch from Pollock to try to bring it out. Coming through is Whenua. Well, now potentially the break is on for South Melbourne, trying to play the ball behind the lines for the run of Kelsey Minton, picked out. Pinson. Pinson will look up and try to play the ball forward for the run of Mountain. She can't get there. Fighting for it from both sides there, and eventually free kick is won by Robers. Talking about young players making their senior debut with Sasha Liparidis for in goal for South. Elizabeth Robers making her senior debut with Sandringham SC as a 13-year-old. So, no stranger to young players. That ball is headed over and Liparidis comes out to collect. Hasn't been forced to make a save yet as the 16-year-old goalkeeper, but a couple of times just questions being asked by the Heidelberg attack. Cindy Lai just lays the ball off. South's trying to build up. Lai again, turns. Switches on if South can move it quickly. Ball is played through, but a bit of miscommunication there. Minton had ran away from where the ball was going from Mountain, and instead it'll be Heidelberg throw-in in their defensive third. On the hands of Torre, long-standing members of this Burger side. Players clash. Usually Pinson plays it back to Varley, comes under pressure from Garcia. She'll turn and just play the ball back across. South have time here. No, it's Aratzis. Cindy Lai trying to turn the ball there, but she got clipped and wins her side a free kick. The 12th minute of action here. Still no real shots in anger either. Sarah Richardson did have a chance to have one earlier in this game, but just a bit of a fresh air effort. Not testing Whenua in the Heidelberg goal. She watches on as the Burgers defend this one and get it clear. Galea headed forward looking for Garcia. Verley's forced to defend. Still on the ball. She wanted Pinson. Instead she finds a touchline. Torre gets us restarted once again. Flick over the top by Garcia. Robers was making a run. It's come back out to Garcia. Garcia has an effort, and there we go. The first save of Sasha Liparidis' senior career as she gets a bit of a cheer from the South fans in attendance. Tries to just long throw out. Lay can't control it. Tries to bustle and fight with it with Lisa Fanua. Eventually she'll come away with the ball. Tries to play a ball over the top for Kelsey Minton, and Kelsey Minton is on it. She's one-on-one. Can she open the scoring here? She'll cut it back, but strong defending there from the Burgers. It was Ellie Torre getting back. Minton finding herself on an angle, wanting to drag the ball back across to a teammate, but Ellie Torre having absolutely none of it, putting the ball out for a corner kick. As that ball is delivered in to the back post. Header just cleared away the first time by the Burgers. That time it's off the bar. South continue to push. Ball comes back into the area. Nobody arriving. Now the shot comes in and it's wide. Eventually from Hayley Richmond. About 3 or 4 chances in quick succession for South Melbourne to potentially take the lead, but the Burgers will hang on. Bouncing and darting around, and South just unable to get that oh-so-important goal into the back of the net, the goal that would, on the live ladder, have them heading for the finals. South looking to back up 2018 when they were grand finalists, premiers and grand finalists, when they had a certain Matilda's legend Lisa Devana in the side as they went down in an epic grand final encounter at Amy Park 2 FC Bulleen Lions. Sydney Allen tries to play the ball across the field to Galea, and she'll do so. Just down by Galea. We're getting across was Pinson. Cool as you like. South will compose themselves and look to bring this ball out. Verley has come out from her centre-back position, but she can't bring the ball down. Galea. Back to Manua. Back to Torre. Ball is played over the top. Sydney Allen was onside, but she's not going to be able to get there in time. Liparidis will collect. Pollock. Martinu. Trying to place the ball across, but it's picked out by the Burgers. They left it, but they'll retain possession eventually. That ball's come straight out to Steph Galea. But she can't bring it down. However, the danger not cleared. The Burgers will get another chance. Galea will just play it back to Fanua. Fanua, long ball, looking over the top for Sydney Allen. It's headed on by Garcia. Sydney Allen is offside. Goal would not have counted had she been able to get a shot off. It was a clever header in there from Garcia. Sydney Allen has actually gone into the book for cleaning up young Sasha Liparidis, it looks like. It was a clever header from Melissa Garcia, Cal Poly Pomona alum. Knew she wasn't going to be able to bring that ball down, so instead just flicking it on beyond the South defence. Teammate just unable to time her run. Varley tries to play the ball forward, instead come off of a Burger boot, and it will be a throw-in instead. Action beginning to maybe just pick up a tad, you feel, here at Lakeside Stadium as the sun disappears behind a grey cloud. As you can perhaps see by some of the flags in the background, the wind is favouring the Burgers in this first half, as that will be a free kick for a handball taken quickly. Martinu. There's the ball into the middle. It's going to come out to Minton on the left, but Burgers will clear it. Flicked on well by Pollock. Minton gets it to Martinu, who leaves it, and then Pollock will clean up. Cindy Lay. Twisting and turning once again, trying to get into the middle, but she can't. Well, she's well collected there from Martinu. She had to go all the way back with it to retain possession. Verley will boot the ball back forward, but it's picked out by the Burgers. Bit of confusion. Eventually it falls to Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen going backwards to collect. Pinson comes under pressure from 2 Burgers, but gets it forward. Minton plays it into the middle, but it's only going to find Sydney Allen. And then Gagliuccio will play it out from the middle onto the left. And now the Burgers can break down this left flank. Garcia is waiting in the middle. Steph Galea arriving as well. But South getting back with the strong challenge. It was Cindy Lay there. Ball is played forward to Richmond. Booted forward, but to nobody in particular. Fanua will collect. And then switch the play from left to right. Steph Galea's on her own. Well, Verley is there with the strong challenge to put it out for a corner kick. Closing down the dangerous Stephanie Galea. Looking for a goal that would take her into double digits for the season. Sydney Allen wandering over to take this corner kick. Will have the wind blowing it back towards the goal. She gets set to send this right-footed corner in. Stays to the top of the 6-yard box. Players fly. Nobody can get a clean shot off it. Eventually it's booted away. Fanua and Minton give chase. Eventually Minton tries to play the ball down the flank, but she couldn't matriculate her way around Lisa Fanua, and it will be a Burger throw-in on their attack in left flank. Now the Burgers will get it down to the byline and try to play this ball back, but the ball is corner kick there indicated by the linesman. And another set-piece opportunity for Sydney Allen to swing in. Ball is played into the top of the 6-yard box. Once again, it was Gagliuccio who had got the header there, just unable to keep it on target from the defender. So it will be a goal kick to the hosts. Just played out short to Verley. Oh, a bit of tech is there from the central defender. Getting around Garcia, but then the pass lets her down. It was Anastasopoulos who picked the ball out, but in the end it goes straight back to Liparidis. But now South can't break. Cindy Lay try to flick the ball over the top for Minton. Minton will be able to chase this down and look for options in the middle of the park. Long looping cross in, but she's not going to be able to find a teammate. The ball flying over the goalposts for a goal kick for Christine Fanua. _21 minute of action here at Lakeside. Score remains 0-0. Neither side truly battering down the door in these opening 20 minutes in a contest that has such important ramifications for both sides. Sydney Allen on the ball. Goes around one defender, and then she'll look up and try to play the ball through to Galea. Galea brings it down and plays it out onto the left flank, but it's going to come back for offside. Just unable to time the forward move properly. And instead, Leia Varley will wander across to boot this ball clear for South Melbourne. Not the cleanest contact in the world there, and eventually from Verley. However, the resulting touch from the Burgers just goes straight out of play for a goal kick. We got one young lass back there playing, well, collecting the ball, so we'll get going pretty quickly. Style the ball is played short out to Papatsianis on the right, but she's going to lose the ball, and the Burgers can once again try to get the ball into the middle for a waiting option. Nobody there. Appeals for a handball turned down. Players giving chase. Trying to keep the ball in. Heidelberg, but Torre is just going to draw the challenge there from Paige Pinson, and it will be a Burger throw-in. Torre gets the ball back, tries to loop a ball into the middle, but it just comes off the outside of her boot. Watched all the way out there for a goal kick from the South defence. As we see the first signs of life there from either bench. Burgers substitutes getting ready to maybe just keep a bit warm, work out any kinks. On the bench for Heidelberg today, Isabella G, Catherine Ioannidis, Marina Koussis, Mia Mossman and Rebecca Saber. As Galiucho just plays that ball back, but South will come forward once again. Just probing, and that perhaps would be coming back if Minton coming back for offside if Minton presented more of an option, but instead it's going to roll long to Christine Fanua. It's going to boot this ball forward quickly. Galia giving chase on Verley. Verley just plays this ball forward and out for a Burger throw-in. Galia steals a couple of metres and throws it into Sydney Allen, and then she'll get the ball back. Ball into the area, but it's strongly collected from Sasha Liparidis. Cindy Lay now trying to spring South Melbourne forward in attack. Pollock. Papatsianis plays the ball over the top, headed on there. Now into the path perhaps of Cindy Lay. She's gone down. Referee is going to wave play on. Richardson now. Martinu. She can't get a unimpeded shot off. Pollock. South will have a throw in there on their deep attack in right flank. Offside called. South trying to get a bit of triangle work going, unable to avoid the offside trap played by the Burgers defence, and a let-off for Heidelberg. 26th minute of action here at Lakeside Stadium. To the ball clear, and it comes down to Sydney Allen. Clear in space on the right flank. Eventually it's a bit of a shot and perhaps trying to catch Liparidis off guard. Maybe it was a cross intended for Garcia that got away with her. Regardless, it's gone over the crossbar for a goal kick. Cagey contests such as this, that moment of individual brilliance come fortune, can be oh so important. Over that time, just unable to dip low enough for the Burgers. Pinson to Valley, who just was looking for Richardson, can't find her teammate, and will get sent forward once again by Torre. Comes out Sydney Allen, looking for Garcia, cleared away at the last second there from young Papatsianis. Torre, as the wind begins to really pick up here at Lakeside Stadium, the sun has well and truly disappeared as well. Sydney Allen on the turn. Still with the ball, Sydney Allen eventually until booted clear, and now South can come forward quickly. It's a very strong challenge there from Fanua. Had to shut down the potentially quick breakaway from Natalie Martineau. And in the end, escapes any further sanction from the referee. Beyond the free kick does Lisa Fanua. Apatianis. It's played into the middle of the park now. Cindy Lay. It's a good ball out there for Sarah Richardson, and she's got a bit of time. Puts a ball into the area. Players arriving late. Played back in by Hayley Richmond, but the angle. It was a tight angle and got tighter and tighter as the ball came in. Unable to just drag it back. And instead it will be a goal kick for the Burgers. Christine Fanua will have to fetch that off the roof of her net. She'll just play it short to her sister Lisa. And the other Fanua, Monica, and then Monica's pass just goes heavy for Ellie Torre. There will be a chance for Paige Pinson to get us going on the attacking left flank. Throwing up the touchline. Last came off a South Melbourne player. Ellie Torre. Headed on by Monica Fanua. And it's straight back in by Pinson. A bit of head tennis conducted from both sides. Eventually Martineau will be pinged for studs up boot. Fanua gets set to boot us forward once again. Long free kick out. Finds Sydney Allen, but Sydney Allen's touch goes straight into touch itself, and it will be South Melbourne throw in taken quickly. Pinson back to Verley. Up the touchline looking for Cindy Lay, and she's done well to try to bring it down initially under pressure from Burger defenders. Was Cindy Lay, but she's won her side a throw in to be taken by Paige Pinson. Martineau chests it down, but Fanua gets in there to nick the ball away. Falling down, she gets a pass forward. Strong use of the body there from Garcia. She'll play it back to Galea. Across the field for Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen rides the challenge, and was maybe a long-range shot there, maybe looking for Garcia, but it's gone out for a goal kick. Liparidis gets a set to commence once again. This time she's forced to go long. Can only find Burgers players. Headed back forward by Robers. Players arriving in the middle. Garcia can open the scoring here. Charged down there by the young goalkeeper. Play's still live. But Sasha Liparidis springing off her line into action. You can probably just pick up in the background the South fans absolutely loving it. The 16-year-old goalkeeper denying Melissa Garcia her 27th goal of the season, but more importantly for South Melbourne, denying the Burgers a 1-0 lead and keeping them right in the thick of things for finals football. As the South Melbourne drum section springs into life as well. Papatsianis working there on the right flank, and eventually South will boot the ball forward and they can maybe get something going in transition here. Ball is played over the top. Minton is onside. Minton with a little dink over the top, but she's just unable to dip it down in time. Is Kelsey Minton. She saw Christine Fanua coming off her line, tried to just little dinky chip over the top. Probably the right idea in the end, but just unable to keep it down. And now dueling efforts from both sides here as we pass the half an hour mark, but the score remains at Lakeside Stadium 0-0. Robers coming under pressure, gets it out to Torre. Torre just flicks the ball up the touchline well to Galea. Galea, she's got some time to look up and look for a teammate. Eventually she gets it to Sydney Allen, goes down under the challenge, but no. Galea are judged to have unfairly impeded Jamie Pollock. Varley will get us going once again. Ball over the top quickly. Minton unable to chase it down, however, and it will be a Burgers throw-in. As rain has begun to fall here at Lakeside Stadium. The lights coming on. Ball last coming off the boot of Martinu there. Another throw-in for the Burgers. Fans realising the rain is coming down, all coming back here towards the commentary position to get under the stand here. No such luxury for the players as they persevere. Scores 0-0. Cindy Lai, it's really beginning to come down quickly now. Garcia working against Papatsianis, and it will be the young right back who wins the battle. Plays it back to the goalkeeper who just puts her boot through it. Bit of a wayward touch there, and it will be a South Melbourne throw-in on their left flank. .35th minute of action here. Score remains 0-0. As it stands, it would be the Burgers heading for finals football. Sydney Allen plays the ball across for Garcia, who's out there on the left flank. Played into the middle, but just nobody waiting. And it will be a South Melbourne goal kick. You can really see it's opened up here. To quote a certain Quahog weatherman, it's raining sideways. Burgess can come again, turnover. Garcia, she's moved out there onto the left flank to try to get something going. Savannah Anastasopoulos waiting in the middle. Really, now the wind really favouring Heidelberg here. You can see that throw-in just immediately picked up by the wind and propelled forward as South Melbourne concede a corner kick. Could perhaps be a case here for South Melbourne with 10 minutes remaining in the first half. You just bunker down and try to protect yourselves and maybe hope that this wind can be used to your advantage in the second half. For the Burgers, perhaps you throw everything forward looking for that all-important goal as Sydney Allen gets us restarted. In swinging, and it's in the back of the net from Sydney Allen! Straight from the corner kick. She's used the wind to her advantage. Has Sydney Allen their 16th goal on the season. You felt as though in the conditions such as this, you've got to watch out for that. 16-year-old goalkeeper making her first ever senior appearance, her first ever appearance at Lakeside Stadium. Unable to pick the ball up as the wind just grabbed that corner kick and carried it into the back of the net. And now Heidelberg United, Alexandros, have a 1-0 lead here at Lakeside Stadium and 1 foot in the 2019 NPLW Victoria Finals. And now new life breathed into the Burgers as they push forward, looking for a second. Diminutive Savannah Anastasopoulos really throwing her weight around, and she's won her side a free kick. Sydney Allen, who scored the goal, set-piece specialist for Heidelberg. She'll get us going once again. Maybe she tries her luck. Just dinks it into the area. Headed to clear. Ball is still there. Players flying around eventually. Just wide of the goalposts there, but it has come off a South Melbourne player. And it will be a corner kick for Heidelberg. And Sydney Allen, she's right-footed, so probably unlikely to repeat her efforts from the other wing with this corner kick. We'll see what she chooses to do with it. She's just got to worry about the ball not rolling away in these conditions first, but eventually she gets it to stand still and plays the ball into the area, just dies in midair and stays at the top of the 6-yard box, cleared by South Melbourne. Fanua trying to keep the ball in there and does. Dancing around, eventually Toure, just little dink over the top, looking for Allen, cleared away, but it's going to fall to Allen. Allen, she's bursting into the area, riding the challenge from Valley, and eventually she's going to win her side a corner kick. Heidelberg, they can smell blood in the water, they're coming. We hear a bit of thunder as well. Sydney Allen just puts this ball to the top of the area. Fanua brings it back in. That was a little, very cheeky little flick there from Savannah Anastasopoulos. Trying to catch Sasha Liparidis off guard. The young goalkeeper collecting it, however. Now Verley booting the ball forward. "39th minute now of action here at Lakeside Stadium. 6 minutes remaining of regulation here in the first half. Score is South Melbourne 0, Heidelberg United 1. As we see two lone figures there running around the concourse, still supporting their sides, one for the Burgers and one for South Melbourne. Braver men than I can tell you that. As Heidelberg come down the right flank, trying to get something going once again. Ellen Turner, however, she can't get the cross in, but she has won her side a throw in. Now ball in the hands of Turner. Back to Galea. Back to Turner, back to Galea. She stands into the penalty area here, plays the ball, cut back. Just put that wide from Anastasopoulos. As South Melbourne's representative there on the concourse in the rain tries to spur his side back into life with a little drum solo. Ball is played forward, but it's going to go long to Fanua. Galea flicks it back in the middle to Allen. Allen's got time to turn. Back to Galea. She'll come to pressure from Verley, and Verley will just get a touch on the attempted cross. Another corner kick here for the Burgers. As quick as it arrived, that wind, and while the wind's still here, but the rain dissipates. Sydney Allen gets going once again, top of the 6-yard box, header, strongly held there from Liparidis. She'll play it out short to Papazianos, who will play it back to Haratzis in the middle. Haratzis plays the ball across the field looking for Pinson. Pinson's got a bit of time to before Galea arrives. She'll play back to Verley, but Verley's pass is cut out by Sydney Allen. Pollock now trying to play firewoman for South Melbourne. Richardson does well to come away with the ball and tries to play some sort of pass in behind the Burgers defence, but the Burgers defence just seizes up and denies South the opportunity. Pollock. Again, she'll play the ball forward, but can only find a Heidelberg shirt. Garcia unable to keep it in for the Burgers. It will be a South Melbourne throw in there on that far side from the broadcast position. South play the ball into the middle to nobody in particular, but Toure's touch comes straight down, and now Cindy Lay trying to get something going. Strong challenge came in from Gagliuccio to deny Cindy Lay. That'll be a free kick there on the attacking right flank for South Melbourne. A chance for them maybe in the 43rd minute of action to tie this game up. It has been all Heidelberg for the last few passages of play. Capped by Sydney Allen's goal directly from a corner kick. Two-player wall as South dink the ball in well. The header comes in, but it's just gone over the crossbar for South Melbourne. Instead, we'll get a Heidelberg goal kick here with just over 3 minutes of regulation. Just over 2 minutes of regulation here to go to get us to half-time. Heidelberg clinging to that so important one-goal lead. Fanua gets us started. Out to Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen tries to play the ball back to Eli Toure, but it's gone over the top of the Heidelberg right back's head. Throw in on the left flank for South Melbourne. Paige Pinson jogging over to take it. The Chuka-born defender. Throw in back into the middle of the park. It's going to come straight back out to Pinson now. Pollock. Her pass has been picked out now, and the Burgers can break quickly. Garcia out there on the left. Has players arriving in the middle. Waiting for them arriving. She'll get the ball to the byline, cut it back. Sydney Allen was waiting, but just before the ball could reach her, South boot the ball away. Fanua chests it down. Minton gives chase, but she's not going to reach it in time, as instead Gagliuccio will just boot the ball out. Fanua will just boot that ball forward, and Haratzis will have a bit of time to collect and look up. Haratzis plays it in the middle of the field to Richmond. Sydney Allen now, picked out by Haratzis. Played it forward looking for Minton, but it was cut out once again by the Burgers. They've been so good at that in this first half, just denying these balls in behind their lines. Fanua has a bit of time, lets it run. Toure comes under pressure from Sydney Lay. Unable to keep it in is the Heidelberg right back, but it won't matter. We'll only go 20 seconds of extra time here at Lakeside Stadium, as it was a cagey opening that eventually opened up as the heavens opened as well. Heidelberg United finding the lead here, that all-important lead, to give themselves 1 foot in the final, straight from a corner kick from Sydney Allen. South Melbourne frustrated in their efforts to play in behind the Heidelberg defence. So often just balls intercepted. But they will have the wind at their backs in the second half. Perhaps those balls will start finding teammates. All to play for here at Lakeside Stadium. Big second half to come. Be sure to join us on the NPL Victoria YouTube page and the NPLW Victoria Facebook page for that one. Well, welcome back to Lakeside Stadium on a day in which conditions started out absolutely fantastic, but about halfway through the first half took a turn, and now it is a very cold, dark and wet Sunday Melbourne afternoon as Heidelberg United hold a 1-0 lead over South Melbourne in the final round of the NPLW Victoria regular season. Sydney Allen's corner, perhaps catching advantage of the winds that had whipped up and going into the back of the net to give the Burgers a 1-0 lead. An all-important 1-0 lead as the winner of today's contest will progress to the finals, whilst for the loser it is a case of you lose, you go home. Welcome back to Lakeside Stadium. As I said, my name is Joey Lynch, getting set to take you through this second half on the NPLW Victoria Facebook page and the NPL Victoria YouTube page. One of 5 simultaneous kickoffs happening around NPLW Victoria this Sunday afternoon. As I mentioned, the final day of the season today, of the regular season today. Calder United, FC Bulleen Lions and Alamein already punching their tickets to finals football next season. Bulleen set to host Alamein in one semi-final, and these two sides in front of you playing off for the right to meet Premiers and Nike FC Cup champions Calder United. It is South Melbourne in their traditional blue kits, kicking from left to right in this second half. The leaders, 1-0 leaders, Heidelberg United in their traditional yellow and black, kicking from right to left. Doesn't appear to have been any substitutions at half-time as we see Varley getting set to get us going once again, and looping a ball into the Heidelberg penalty area, but no doing, and the Burgers will boot this ball clear through Anastasopoulos. Now Pollock looking to chase this ball down on the left flank for South, and she'll keep the ball in. Looking for teammates in the middle, but eventually a strong challenge comes in from Lisa Fanua to boot the ball out for a corner kick. This corner coming up for South, happening in the same corner that Sydney Allen put her side ahead 1-0 through. So, but this time it will be a short corner instead. Ball is played into the area by Cindy Lane. Nobody there to meet it for South, but they will retain possession. Charged down by the Burgers, however, and now there's the potential for a quick break. Players streaming after it. However, it will be Papatsianis that wins the battle for that one. Martin plays it back to Verley, who just tries to bundle the ball forward to Minton, but Minton can't collect the ball, and now perhaps the Burgers can break. Anastasopoulos plays the ball forward, however, teammate unable to get the ball. Cindy Lay loops, clever pass over the top looking for Martin. She'll give chase. Martin working against Galuccio. Galuccio, clever use of the body to just marshal the ball over the touchline for a goal kick for Christine Fanua. Christine Fanua, who didn't have a lot to do in that first half, perhaps South's best chance coming on a quick breakaway and a little chip over the top of her head. However, said chip was unable to stay down, and Fanua kept her clean sheet in that first half, but now she'll have to... No, she won't have to defend that one as the Burgers snuff out any potential South shot. Papatsianis' throw into the middle eventually will fall to South, and she'll get another chance here. Played out to Verley on the right flank. Ball played into the middle of Pollock in a pocket of space out there in front. She'll maybe pull the trigger from range, but Fanua getting across to her right to deny the South Melbourne captain. Fanua, she'll attempt to put her boot through it again, but the wind is absolutely fierce here, going from left to right of your screen, so Fanua is going to be up against it if she is planning on relying on the long ball for her clearances throughout the second half. Garcia trying to win the ball down. Eventually she does flick it on, but it's going to find the touchline. Heidelberg providing the defence, and it will be a South Melbourne throw-in taken quickly. Wet and slippery conditions there. It was Richardson that was unable to keep her feet as the ball goes out now for a Heidelberg throw-in. Galea unable to have the ball roll to her, and South will come away with the ball on the left flank. Varley riding the challenges there from Galea. Pinson just plays the ball back into the middle of the field. Well flicked on there by Martineau. Cindy Lay just charged down by Whanua. Whanua will keep going and play the ball out well. Galea just boots the ball over the top looking for Garcia, headed back. But Sydney Allen is there to collect the ball. Sydney Allen, she's got room to run into onto this left flank. Eventually she'll look for Garcia. Heidelberg getting across to defend. And she'll marshal the ball out for a goal kick. Young Sasha Liparidis making her first ever start at senior level. Gets us going once again, and now South coming forward. Slow ball down the touchline, but Martinew's going to be unable to chase it down. And instead Whanua will get another chance for a goal kick. But you can just see there the wind on the linesman's flag and the corner flag. She's not going to have a lot of luck with any long balls out, with that coming straight at her. You see South, they're pressing forward. They know that they're going to be able to potentially lock this ball in. And Whanua's clearance will go straight into touch for a South Melbourne throw-in. Papazianis headed over the top there by Richardson. Ball comes back out to Richardson, fighting for it. And she'll win her side a throw-in deep in that attacking right flank. Richardson throws it into the area. Martineau was working against a lot of players there, and eventually the ball's going to come out to Papazianis. Verley. She's unable to get a shot off. Cindy Lay comes back. Shot comes back in, but it's blocked away by the Burgers defence. It was Gagliuccio getting in front of it, and she's going to watch the ball go out for another corner kick here. So you can see first 7 minutes of this second half. Just ticking over into the 53rd minute. South Melbourne making a lot of headway of these conditions. Winds at their backs, and they've got another corner kick here. Whole lot of players assembled at the edge of the area waiting to make their runs. Ensure the ball is played into the area towards the back post, headed in by Pollock, just unable to keep her headed down, however. And it will be another goal kick for Whanua. And South will look to lock this ball up once again. Players all over, heading over to the right flank for Heidelberg. Whanua's going to have to try to put her boot through it once again, it looks like. She does so, but you can see it just dies in the air. Charged down there by South Melbourne. Played into the middle, but Minton unable to chase it down before it's booted out for a throw-in. South Melbourne, they're down 1-0, and South need a win today to get into the finals. For Heidelberg, a draw will likely be enough, given that Box Hill would need to beat Southern United 22-0 to overhaul them with a point. So South Melbourne need to find the net twice in this half if they want to play finals football. They're not going to do it this time, as the Burgers will be able to just boot it out for a throw-in. Varley, ball in her hands, maybe try to put this a long throw in into the area. So she'll look for the touchline. Oh, just the bounce is unkind for South Melbourne. and it will be a goal kick for Whanua. See Martinu denying the short option on the touchline. Richardson and Lay there. The ball is going to come out to Richardson. So South again just pegging Heidelberg deep into their defensive half. This time Whanua boots the ball out, but it's going to go as far as Papagiannis. Pollock looping ball over the top looking for Martinu. Headed away, but Martinu's going to try to win it back. But Whanua does well to ride her challenge. Gets the ball out to Anastasopoulos. However, she's going to turn the ball over and South can come through once again. Minton. Whanua closes it down. She needs support. She'll play the ball back to Papagiannis. Back to Minton. Whanua provides the defensive pressure. She got a touch on the attempted cross. Burgers survive another attack. Now Garcia. She's working against a number of Hellas defenders. She can't do anything with it. South come forward once again. Pollock. Plays the ball into the middle of the field to Verley. Verley still with it. Back out to Pollock on the right. Pollock whips the ball in. Takes a touch. Flicked back onwards. Minton can't bring it down. Challenge comes in there from Lisa Whanua. Boots the ball clear. Pinton plays the ball back in. Does Paige Pinson. Varley. Hayley Richmond just looking to keep the ball in. She can't do so, however. It's going to be a goal kick for Whanua. Played 10 minutes here in this second half. South Melbourne knocking on the door. However, it is Heidelberg that will retain the 1-0 lead thanks to Sydney Allen's goal in the first half. Christine Whanua, this time she's going to go short. Ball is attempted to be booted up the touchline, but Cindy Lay cuts it out and plays the ball back into the area. Galyuchov probably didn't need to head that ball clear. There was nobody arriving for Heidelberg. For South Melbourne, sorry. However, discretion, the better part of Valor, and she'll put the ball out for a corner kick for Cindy Lay here. On the left flank for South Melbourne. And Cindy Lay, if the wind will, she's a right footer, so if the wind does pick this corner kick up, we could see a repeat of Sydney Allen's first half effort. Swings the ball in, but Christine Whanua was arriving. Strong punch away. But Papagiannis looks to play the ball back, can only find Burgers. Now the Burgers potentially can break quickly. Anastasopoulos plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Galea. However, it's going to go all the way long to Sasha Liparidis. And South will look to reapply the pressure. Verley, who's been playing as a 6 here in this second half. Haratsis comes through. Wins the challenge, and Richardson now with a bit of time on the ball. Goes around one challenge, just flicks it around a second, but wins her side a free kick. Varley standing over this one. We'll get us started once again. All the players assembled on the edge of the Heidelberg penalty area. Runs now come. All is played in long. Whanua gets down and holds onto the ball well in wet conditions to deny the arriving Kelsey Minton. Kelsey Minton leads this South Melbourne side with 18 goals on the season. Richardson now gets the ball back from Martinu. She tries to bustle her way through. She can't do so. Cindy Lay tries to flick a ball over the top. Play will come back, however. No advantage given. And we will have a free kick here for South Melbourne. In the 59th minute of play, approaching the hour mark. Score remains Heidelberg United 1, South Melbourne 0. Leia Varley, the young South Melbourne left footer. Now, potentially, if she wants it, she could even shoot here. Varley, she's got options in the middle. What will she do? Varley curls her top corner in the net! Varley backed herself, and she's equalised for South Melbourne here in the 59th minute. Christine Fanua saw it happening. She tried to get over to her left, could do absolutely nothing about it, however. Ball curled away from her. Absolute top bins there from Leah Varley. And the score here at Lakeside Stadium is now South Melbourne 1, Heidelberg 1. And it is game on. Everything to play for. So we saw Heidelberg United take advantage of the conditions to score from a set piece up that end in the first half. And now Leah Varley with an absolutely sublime left-footed free kick, finding the top corner, using the wind to her advantage to tie things up here in the second half. And now as we tick over to 60 minutes gone, South, with the wind at their backs, with the momentum you would say, can look to push on now and secure themselves a place in finals football as they burst up the right flank. Richardson looking for a teammate in the middle, Martineau, but she just couldn't sneak it through. However, South will retain position. Varley, the goal scorer, plays it across to Paige Pinson. Pinson's pass intercepted by Galea. Out for a throw-in. Papatsianis trying to sneak the ball into the middle of the field. Can't do so, but South can come again through Haratzis. Martineau brings the ball down. Varley just tries to play the ball in there. The Papatsianis was making a run, but it's picked out by Heidelberg. And now Sydney Allen. She was trying to bring South Melbourne forward, but a strong challenge. Minton now. Minton shot. Fanua gets down to deny her. Ball is not cleared, however. South can come again. Papatsianis with a shot. Just over the crossbar there from Sophie Papatsianis. For what would have been her first goal on the season. It would have been a heck of a time to do it. Heidelberg will live to fight another day, but definitely surviving by the skin of their teeth so far. They need to break this South Melbourne momentum. Just under half an hour to play here. Heidelberg clinging to that finals place. And the Burgers have a free kick here, which they'll be able to get clear and move the ball into their attacking third. They're getting numbers forward. And South, who have gone to a back three in this second half, with the wind at their backs, defend, and they defend well. However, that ball will go straight to the Burgers, but it's charged down. Ball is played over the top here for Kelsey Minton. Strong challenge comes in from Galuccio, and she's looked to have hurt herself as a result of it. Ellen Turner getting over to check on her teammate. She took a heck of a knock there to deny Kelsey Minton. It was very much needed intervention there from the Heidelberg defender. She's done well. Booted clear by Fanua onto the right touchline, but it's going to come straight out to Pollock. Well done from South once again. They're going to come and look for that second goal. Cutback potentially is on. Sliding challenge came in. Had to be careful with it. However, in the end, it was a good one, and it's eventually led to a Heidelberg United goal kick. Cindy Lay bursting forward, and then she absolutely got cleaned up from a strong challenge there from the Burgers, and the Burgers will get it out now for a South Melbourne throw-in on their right flank. As we see the Burgers preparing a substitution. Will be Isabella G entering the fray. Looks to be replacing Zavana Anastasopoulos. Also, it wasn't indicated by the fourth official at half-time, but now I'm realising that Sarah Fitzpatrick has entered the fray for South Melbourne, replacing Hayley Richmond, it looks like. I think, as I said, no use of the referee's board to indicate the subs this afternoon. Will be Fanua with the goal kick now for Heidelberg. Wind's maybe dying down a little bit, so she will try her luck long. Fitzpatrick heads it straight back. Headed down by Minton. Cleared away by Fanua for the Burgers. Varley leaves it. Richardson can't control it. G plays it up the touchline looking for Garcia, but Garcia can't keep the ball in. Will be a South Melbourne throw-in. Papatsianis gets us restarted. Headed back by G. Garcia tries to flick the ball over her head. Or it's only going to find the touchline. Ball in the hands of Richardson. Richardson throw over the top. Looking for Martinu, but it's going to be kept in there by the Burgers. And they'll do well to find the touchline and put it out for a throw-in. Richardson. Pollock makes the run, is rewarded. Gets in the cutback, players arriving. Sydney Lake denied by Fanua. Fantastic save from Christine Fanua to deny the arriving Cindy Lay. Should potentially have been 2-1 to South Melbourne, if not the absolute heroics of Christine Fanua. Instant reaction save from the Burgers goalkeeper. Now she'll be tested again. Ball comes back in. Pollock played the ball into Richardson with a little flick on, but Fanua again up to the task. Fanua boots the ball long. Garcia flicks the ball on. Headed back into the middle by Turner. Nobody arriving for Heidelberg, however. Richardson looking for Pollock. Pollock plays the ball on for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick coming inside, but her touch is heavy, and Sydney Allen steals the ball away and then advances up the field. Looking for Garcia. Can Garcia? Shot comes in. Garcia straight at Liparidis. She hasn't had a lot to do in this second half, has the young goalkeeper, but then dropping the ball but immediately falling on it to deny the Burgers. Varley, who equalised just before the hour mark with that free kick. Torre puts the ball out for South Melbourne throw-in, taken quickly. Fanua gets in the way and boots this ball clear. Haratsis just bustled the ball past Garcia. Ball is played into the middle, but to nobody in particular. Robers tries to get something going. G arrives for Heidelberg, but she can't win the ball. Instead, it's Papatsianis winning a free kick for South Melbourne. Free kick is just booted into the penalty area. All sorts of players arriving. Cindy Lay brings it back in on her left foot and has a shot blocked away. Sydney Allen just boots this ball forward. Garcia can give chase, but it's going to be Paige Pinson getting onto the ball first. Varley under pressure, and she's going to Well, eventually just keep the ball. And Kelsey Minton will be offside. "20 minutes to go here at Lakeside Stadium. Score is South Melbourne 1, Heidelberg 1. As it stands, it would be the Burgers heading for finals football. And another nervy 20 minutes to come, perhaps. A bit of respite, however, for Heidelberg as the wind appears to have, for now, died down. But South are going to come again down the right flank. Papatsianis trying to work the ball forward, but G's going to get in the way. Put the ball out for a throw-in. Richardson throws the ball up the touchline. Minton plays the ball back into the area. Pollock had to go around the referee. Booted clear by the Burgers in the direction of Garcia. Garcia's done well to keep the ball, but then Verley just comes back like a ton of bricks and wins the ball. And eventually it's also won a free kick for something. Have Hellas. Varley will stand over the ball. Garcia not going to let it take it quickly. Varley boots this ball forward. Cleared by Fanua, but only as far as Pollock, and Pollock will swing a left-footed half volley, but it's going to sail well wide of the goals for a goal kick for Fanua. Fanua tries to stab this ball out, but it's going to come straight back in. Monica Fanua trying to swing her leg around and boot it back clear. And eventually the Burgers will clear. Sydney Allen plays the ball over the top, looking for Garcia. Working against Paige Pinson. Paige Pinson does well to win the challenge and put the ball out for a throw-in. Throw comes back in, headed straight back from South. Now it'll be a cross coming in. Sydney Allen arrives, can't get the header on target. Will go out for a goal kick. Saoirse Liparidis getting set to try to propel South Melbourne forward once again, searching for that all-important second goal. Ball is played out, but booted straight back in by Monica Fanua. Paige Pinson gives chase, as does Garcia. And it will be Melissa Garcia getting a boot in, but she's going to roll the ball out of touch for another goal kick. Didn't appreciate the decision from the linesman, but nonetheless, that's what it is. Liparidis. What will she do with it? She'll try to play this ball long. Flicked on by Pollock. Headed back in by Fanua. Headed back, booted clear by Papatsianis. Isabella G just watches it roll out for a Heidelberg throw-in on their left flank. G just throws the ball up to the touchline, but to nobody in particular. Pollock flicks it back. Varley loses her footing. Galea's going to come away with the ball, but her pass is picked out. Cindy Lay, that's a good ball for Minton. Minton cuts inside onto her right boot. Shot. Fanua punches it clear. And eventually G gets it in to clear the danger. Once again, Christine Fanua getting called into action to keep her side in this game and in the finals as that ball rolls into the middle, but challenge comes in to deny Martineau the shot. Instead it will be a corner kick for Cindy Lay. 75th minute of action here, 15 to go. Score remains South Melbourne 1, Heidelberg 1. Headed clear by Papatianis. Well, she was going to try to loop the ball back in, but it's come off the top of her boot. Garcia, unable to keep it in, will be a South Melbourne throw-in. Still all to play for in these final 15 minutes. Sydney Allen has time to turn. Plays the ball over the top. Was looking for Turner. Cut out by South Melbourne. Now they've got a bit of room to manoeuvre on their right flank. Martineau, little flick. Looking for the run of Papatianis. However, she's not going to get there in time. Will instead be forced to take a throw-in. Sorry, not Papatianis. It was Pollock. Now the ball in the hands of Papatianis. She'll get it to Pollock. Has time to turn. Aratzis. Aratzis got it forward for Martineau. She left it behind. Will be a Burgers free kick there after the coming together of bodies. Lisa Fanua standing over it. She's got Galuccio short to her left. Instead she'll look to go long. Flicked on by her sister, Monica Fanua. Richardson plays it back to Papatiadis. She's able to get the ball forward just. Cindy Lay can't win it down. Richardson. Looking for Varley, picked out by the Burgers. Fanua. Ball in behind and Garcia is in. Garcia can make it 2-1 to the Burgers. Shot is going to be wide. It's going to be a corner kick. Garcia's shot. Liparidis got a touch on it. Needed one. Now you can just perhaps sense momentum beginning to swing back towards the Burgers. They are up against it for much of the beginning to this second half. But now, as conditions ease, perhaps they're forcing their way back into play. Sydney Allen now, having scored directly from a corner in the first half, will get us going once again. Ball played into the top of the 6-yard box. Players fly. Eventually South will initially clear the danger. Fanua took a touch around one and then she just really followed up there physically. We will get play on here as South will look to break. Minton is going to try to chase it down and beat Fanua for pace. She'll get to the ball first. Now it looks to be Sarah Richardson is still down after clashing with Fanua. And that's going to be a free kick to South Melbourne there. Yellow card comes out and now players immediately running over to who I think is Sarah Richardson, who has not moved since that collision. Julia Mazzeo, is waiting to come on here. It was a frightful collision there that has resulted in this stoppage. South players huddling up in the middle of the field. Julia Mazzeo still waiting to come on. And it looks as though Mazzeo is putting the substitute's bib back on, so no substitution being made, thankfully. Doesn't look like it will be needed as Richardson, perhaps maybe the wind knocked out of her. As I said, it was a fierce coming together of bodies. Will jog over for this ball, and O'Valley has scored one free kick already. This one is going to come in towards the back post. Whanua had to watch it all the way, and eventually it was a looping one, maybe hoping for a teammate to arrive late. Whanua has, however, fallen over. She's going to need to get back. Richardson, shot comes in, is blocked away. Whanua lost her footing as she looked to boot the ball out, and now Christine Whanua looks to have hurt herself as a result of that play. She's down on her haunches on the turf. Looks like the Heidelberg goalkeeper will be all right to continue, as South have a throw-in on their attacking left flank. Flicked on by Cindy. Flicked on there. Cindy Lay trying to win the ball back. Can't do so. It's going to come out Minton. Minton turns G. Tries to play it back for Papatsianis, but Sydney Allen is there. Now it's a 2-on-1. Garcia. Garcia, she's taking it down the touchline. Haratsis watches her all the way, but Garcia has gone past her. Paige Pinson was getting back. Garcia's kept the ball in. Has she? No, she hasn't. Linesman on the far side indicating that the Burgers striker took the ball into touch. Will be a goal kick for Liparidis. As now we see Mazzeo entering the fray for South Melbourne, replacing Natalie Martineau. Mazzeo has 4 goals in 10 games for the under-19s in 2019. Now perhaps being called upon to spark her side into life. They've got just under 8 minutes, do South Melbourne, to find the goal that would take them into finals football. Drum section once again springing to life to spur Hellas onwards. Looks like somebody in the crowd's also got a Vuvuzela, but thankfully they haven't used that yet. Minton plays it back to Lay. Plays it out to Pollock on the left. South are going to be forced to come back and try to reset. Pollock. Can't do anything with it. Instead, it will be a throw-in on that left flank for Fitzpatrick. Mazzeo makes the run. However, throw-in can't find her. Booted clear by Monica Whanua. Papatsiadis plays the ball into the middle of the field. And then she'll get it back once again. Varley makes a run. Instead, the ball is played in over the top. Mazzeo trying to chase it down, but Whanua watches it all the way. This time Whanua keeps her feet as she boots the ball clear in the direction of Garcia, who nods the ball on. Aratzis plays it back. Pinson heads it forward. Ball finds the touchline. Galea unable to keep it in. Steph Galea now on the right flank, plays the ball over the top, looking for a teammate, headed away by Papatsiadis. Varley flicks it back for Papatsiadis to run onto. Plays the ball up the touchline, however she's wrong-footed Richardson, and G nicks in to steal the ball away. G plays the ball back into the middle. Garcia tries to turn her defender, but in doing so has lost it. Haratzis boots the ball forward. Minton. Pollock. Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick keeps her feet and is going to have to go around Galea. She does so. Can she get a ball in? Plays it back in. Minton's arriving. She's gone down. No foul. Play on. And it is a Heidelberg player that has gone down injured, it appears, as a result of the challenge. Under 5 minutes of regulation remain here at Lakeside Stadium. Score is Heidelberg United 1, South Melbourne 1. South Melbourne get us going once again. Heidelberg trying to get down the right flank, but South will pick it out. Now boot it clear in the direction of Richardson, but it's played straight back in. Richardson now just slides it around G. And now Cindy Lay will come onto the ball. However, strong challenge comes in from Galluccio. Galluccio and Minton mixing it up there. A bit of a wayward boot from Galluccio in the aftermath. Fanua coming in to back up her teammate as well. And as I look at the scores from Wembley Park, the score is Box Hill United 4. Southern United 0, so well clear of the 22 Box Hill would have needed to overhaul Heidelberg United's goal difference. So it appears as though a 1-1 draw will be enough for Heidelberg to play finals football. South need to throw caution to the wind here and look for a winner. Fitzpatrick. She spark her side to life. Comes back out to Cindy Lay in the middle. 4 Burgett defenders envelop her. Played forward, but that's not the type of touch you need in this situation. Cindy Lay goes down under the challenge, but she's given away the free kick. Fanua wins it for Heidelberg, and they'll be able to clear this ball once again. Getting numbers forward are the Burgers. South, however, will come straight forward once again. Richardson giving chase. Challenge came in from Galluccio. And Galluccio does enough to win her side of throw-in. Forcing the ball onto Richardson before it went out of play. G now. Ball in her hands. See South Melbourne getting up to get numbers around the ball, try to box it in, headed back in by Richardson, but Richardson can't find a teammate, only touch. Isabella G once again, ball in her hands. Trying to kill these seconds down. Throwing down the touchline, played back in by South. G plays it back, Garcia gives chase. Haratzis got a boot in, but Garcia's going to keep it in. Flicks it back in the direction of Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen now cutting in on her right foot. Sydney Allen, she's still got the ball, looking for Galea. Steph Galea shoots, tipped over the bar. Well saved from Sasha Liparidis. Liparidis, South throwing numbers forward, almost caught on the counter by the Burgers there. And now less than 60 seconds of regulation remaining here. Corner kick for Heidelberg United. Sydney Allen in no hurry to take it. It is her goals directly from a corner in the first half that has Heidelberg United playing finals football. Sydney Allen plays it to the top of the 6-yard box, headed clear by Varley. South quickly saying they need another ball. And they'll get it now. Liparidis. She needs to get this going quickly. She'll just play it out to Sophie Papatsianis. Papatsianis forward to Varley. She's just forced to go back to Haratzis. Haratzis boots the ball forward. Fitzpatrick, heavy touch. Fanua boots it clear. Pinson chests it down. Looking for Fitzpatrick. She's got Pollock on her left. She's got time to turn, but the heavy touch. Players fighting for the ball. Eventually it's going to come back out to Mazzeo. She goes down under a heavy challenge. Booted into the area. Cleared away. High challenge coming in from the South players. Means it's a free kick for Heidelberg United. 30 minutes of extra time. 30 seconds of extra time has elapsed. Fanua will boot this one clear. Lisa Fanua just tries to get as much distance as she can, headed back, but there's nobody there for South Melbourne. Turner applying the pressure, and she gets a strong boot in. Papatsianis will try to throw this one in quickly. South need to get this ball out of their defensive half. Turner heads it straight back though. Garcia will give away the free kick for tunnelling. South immediately say, give me the ball. Papatsianis. She plays the ball into the middle of the field for Pinson. South have a bit of room to manoeuvre here on the left flank, but that pass just beats the defender. But South can't keep it in. It's going to be a Heidelberg throw-in. As we approach 2 minutes of extra time elapsed. Heidelberg taking their time in throwing this one back in. In theory, every moment of stoppage time in extra time is added on, but I think everybody knows that never actually happens. Throwing down the touchline. Eventually scoots out the back. Garcia. She'll just turn and boot the ball down the touchline. Sydney Allen's going to have to give chase. South are going to need to get this ball out, but that turn has gone straight to Sydney Allen's benefit. Can Heidelberg kill this game dead? Ball is bouncing around. South have to get this ball out. And eventually they'll win a free kick. Haratzis. Booted out. Played straight back in by the Burgers. Varley now. Fitzpatrick on the left. Can South desperately get something going late? Mazzeo is going to win her side a free kick. And now this is a situation where if you're South Melbourne, you get everybody forward. Yellow card comes out. We've played 93 minutes here. Get forward. Everybody's got to get forward. Sasha Liparidis, you should get forward as well. Everyone needs to get forward for this. A draw is not enough for South Melbourne. Paige Pinson is still back for South as well. Free kick played into the area. Players arriving, flicked on! It's in! South Melbourne have stolen it! In the 94th minute of play! South Melbourne with possibly the final kick of the game! The free kick was floated in, the touch came in, Christine Fanua off her line to try to clear the free kick. It's beaten her and South Melbourne. The larceny at Lakeside. South Melbourne have stolen this game in the 94th minute. Sydney Allen trying to boot the ball forward. Goodness gracious me. Late drama. Heidelberg, now it's Heidelberg that need to throw numbers forward and potentially steal something. Turner can't keep the ball in, and that's it. Full time. Agony and ecstasy at Lakeside Stadium. For 93 minutes of this contest, it was Heidelberg United that had 1 foot in the NPLW Victoria Finals. And then, in the dying stages with less than 30 seconds to go, a ball is floated in, flicked on, finds the back of the net, and South Melbourne, Hallas, steal one. It will be South Melbourne playing Calder United next week in week 1 of the finals. 2 second half goals from the hosts enough to steal a monumental win. Heidelberg players still can't believe it. Their fans right in front of the broadcast position still can't believe it. Their season is over. Souths will last at least 1 more week. And an absolutely fantastic ending to this one. Thank you for joining me today on the NPL Victoria YouTube page and the NPLW Facebook page for this contest. A contest that has seen South Melbourne run out 2-1 victors, book their place in finals football. And an absolutely amazing ending. I have been Joey Lynch. Just a reminder that you can catch every game of the NPLW Victoria Finals on Football Victoria's NPL social media accounts. Every game of the men's finals as well. The NPL 2 finals, as well as the coming triple header to be played at Amy Park, which will feature the women's grand final. As you can see, the South Melbourne players come over to their adoring public. They didn't give up, did South Melbourne, and now they'll be playing finals football. What an ending.